Hey Tom, how's it going? Hey, you finally got there. This is finally the moment you've been waiting for. We've all done it, and it's great, and you're going to love it. You'll have the time to do things that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and you can get more into your barbecue stuff again. I'm just really sorry I can't be there. Debbie booked this Vegas trip of ours back in February, and it happened to coincide with the party here for you. And we're just sorry we can't be there. We're in Vegas. Can't tell you anything more about it because, as we know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But anyway, I wish I was there to see everybody. I miss everybody and everything that I did on Long Island when I was there. But hey, Tom, we had a lot of great times together, a lot of good memories going way back to playing pictures at an exhibition, but probably even before that. That's my earliest memory of us really hanging out when you conducted the brass ensemble. And I went to the beach that day of the concert, got a really bad sunburn, and had like a little fever, and had to play pedal notes to end Great Gay to Kiev. A lot of fun. But hey, it was a great concert. But we had a lot of great times. A lot of it was centered around the Yankees. Because both of us being the big Yankee fans. And here's a hat back there on one of my tubas. But yeah, we had a lot of great times going to games. And one of the times that I recall is when we were doing SMI auditions in the band room at Oakdale. And it was a big game on. Luckily, I had a nice TV set in my band room, which was decent technology for back then. And we were watching the game. And Dan was outside, our executive director, wanting to send in kids, and he would be wanting to know if we were ready for a kid, so we'd shut off the TV. Kid would come in, listen to the kid play, thank you, put the game back on, and I think we fell way behind schedule that night, and Dan wasn't too pleased, being that he was the executive director of ticket sales for the Mets, and really didn't care about the Yankees. But that was pretty amazing. And then the other time I recall is when we took the SMI kids into the brass conference at the Roosevelt Hotel. Was it Roosevelt? Well, whatever hotel it was. We brought them in there and we turned them loose. They're high school kids, whatever. And you and I decided, well, let's go to the hotel bar, have a couple of beers, and watch the Yankee game. And we did. And then we were BSing with that guy who was next to us. And he was giving us this whole story. Turned out to be bullshit. I think he said something about he was from Buffalo, he was a cab driver or a bus driver or something, and wanted to know why we were there. And we said that it was a brass conference and they're honoring a tribute to Bill Chase tonight at the concert. And he didn't know who Chase was, and we're telling him all this stuff. Then we get to the concert. Turns out he was one of the trumpet players in Chase's band, and he was just pulling out chains. And he was the guy, if any of you recall the first album, white cover. One of the trumpet players had long blonde hair with bangs, but a darkish mustache. Well, that was that guy that we were talking to. I can't recall his name. And then we went to the concert that night, and it was a great concert. All these trumpet players from all over the place, and we were sitting pretty close, even though they had these shield reflector things in front of their trumpets. It was loud, and it was one of the better concerts I recall. That I had a headache watching. And Dan was just looking at us and shaking our hands. I remember him saying to us, "You guys really get a Woody from this stuff, don't you?" And yeah, we love Chase. Another highlight that comes to my mind as I ramble here is when I played Bill's tune, solo tuba with the concert with the Huntington Community Band. And I don't even know if we ever talked about this. I don't know if I mentioned it afterwards when we were having beer someplace or any time afterwards. But I felt a little nervous, uneasy, only because I hadn't played a solo in front of an audience in a while. And so I decided to do the banana thing, which is more widely known and used now. Bananas have a natural beta blocker in it. So I brought two bananas with me to the concert. And I had a time that 30 minutes and 15 minutes before Bill's tune, which we had planned when it would be in the rehearsal, I was going to eat a banana at 30 minutes before and a banana at 15 minutes before, and hopefully calm me down a little bit and everything would go well. And the weird thing was, I don't know if you saw me eating a banana. I mean, you're so busy conducting the band. And the whole tuba section was Dan, my son. All the other guys were my students, former students, and Bud down on the end. And Zach was on my right, Tim was on my left, And shortly after the concert began, I just put down my tuba, opened up a bag, pulled out a banana, and started eating the banana. And I don't know if you saw that, but Zach did. And Mr. Trano, what are you doing? What are you doing? I said, Zach, you can handle this thing. You don't need me to play. Play the concert. I'm just having a banana. And Tim is just looking at me, shaking his head like there's something wrong with me. And I ate the banana, drank some water to get rid of the banana residue, continued to play. 15 minutes later, I did it again. And Zach's like, Mr. Trano, you feel okay? I said, yeah, I feel fine, Zach. Keep playing. And Tim's just shaking his head. Hey, it turned out okay. I wasn't really nervous. The concert went well. But I just don't recall whether you saw any of this.